Alright, so it is 2 days after my last video was filmed. We're at KP4 right now. We think that the energy from the X flare that occurred after the flares that caused the auroras a couple nights ago is just now arriving at Earth. So we're going to see if that messes with the magnetic field enough to get us some more visible auroras. Again, we're only at KP4. The BZ is bouncing around. It's been more negative than not lately, so hopefully that yields some visible auroras. I'm not going to get my hopes up or anything, but if you're seeing this, that means we saw something. So. Alright, so there's still a green band visible on the horizon, but auroras have largely died down. I figured I can use my car to illuminate this power pole here, a little bit at least. So I'll stop and just record a little audio here. And then I'm actually going to touch my camera to the pole. So there's a better look. Got my brights on now. Right, so now I'm back sitting down in the editing studio, and of course the KP has jumped up back to 5. It was 4 when I was out, so might be stronger now. There might be visible auroras right now, but it's 1 a.m., so I think I'm probably done for the night, and I don't think there's really any crazy outbursts left to happen, so hopefully that's really all she wrote for this one. Again, the auroras were somewhat weak tonight. They were fairly bright right when I was setting up, but I didn't quite have the focus nailed on my camera yet, so my time lapses were not nearly as vibrant as from a couple of nights ago, but you know, still good to get out, still good to see auroras. Kind of nice to be 2 for 2 on aurora events. There's a lot of these where you will go out and just see pretty much nothing, so kind of good to have that track record going. But the auroras were kind of weak, but the most interesting thing we saw was definitely the power poles buzzing again. And I had witnessed that back in November with the last storm. You could kind of hear almost chirping of the power lines, and then the buzzing, I believe, is coming from the actual wooden power poles. So I got much better audio this time, got close up, and I could actually feel the power poles vibrating. And if you stood about a foot or 2 from the base of the pole, you could feel it vibrating in the ground as well. So that's really interesting. I'm going to shoot that video off to a couple science colleagues and see what they think of that, if there's any information they can glean. I did notice that the power poles near our house in the city were not buzzing when I got home, so I'm going to guess that probably has something to do with the fact that they're better insulated, and the wires out in the countryside where it's just a single wire on a pole, less insulation, probably a lot more prone to geomagnetic events. I mean, during the Carrington event, power lines were actually catching on fire, so I will have to go back out to that location and basically see if those lines are making any noise or if the poles are vibrating at all under normal conditions without a geomagnetic storm happening. So we'll see what that holds. That'll probably be a future little update video, but until next time, guys, hope you enjoyed the aurora time lapses, even though they weren't quite as vibrant as my last ones. But till then, keep an eye on the sky.